Hello everybody, this is Character more Let's Play Resident Evil 3 Raccoon City Blind. And this should be the grand finale of the blind run. Oh yeah. I know what those are. Those are power cells. That's probably the railgun. So...
It's done. Give me the vaccine, you greedy son of a bitch.
No. You print money. I like money. We shall make ours an ongoing arrangement. Now drop the gun!
Fuck you, Nikolai. Yup. That's about what happens to him.
Have you ever seen anything so incredible?
Yeah, actually, I've played it in most of the other games.
But, you know how it is. City's about to explode, and you can't put a price on life. Good luck!
Nikolai!
Jill!
Go after Nikolai! He's got the vaccine!
He's peeing on the floor.
We're running out of time. I've got this.
I know you do.
This is her second abomination.
Look, just so you know, this is the last fucking time.
I know, right? God, you look like a Final Fantasy boss.
This isn't gonna work.
Yeah. Alright, how do I whip that railgun into shape? Ow. That didn't feel the best. Fuck it. Oh, I'm already loaded, okay.
Nothing's phasing it.
Yeah, I noticed. That's not gonna help.
I need a more powerful weapon.
You need the railgun, honey. Oh, there it is. Oh, sweet Jesus. Now I gotta reset all the power cells.
Cooldown in progress. Please reactivate power source.
Oh, I gotta reset that power source.
Power.
God, that thing's ferocious. I love it. I'm still good. I'm still good. I'm not still good. But that's what Heelys are for.
Power sources remaining.
Okay. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, that's what I thought when I was looking at him. I'm like, ooh, those look important. Okay. Let me backtrack a teensy bit. We're gonna do a little bit of a swapsy here. We don't need this at all. Okay, so I can just start with this then.
Now we're talking.
Cooldown in progress.
Felt that, did you? How about some more?
Power sources remaining.
2. Oh shit, one's over there? Let's get that one first.
One power source remaining.
Go ahead! I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
Nope, okay. Okay, so note to self, glowing hand's bad for Kyrix. No, we're good, we're good. We don't need assisted, we're good. Alright, so we're gonna drop this, take this, and swap to this. Because if I can blow up his little pustules with this, we're golden.
Opening compartment.
Now we're talking. Felt that, did you? How about some more?
Ouch. Alright, let's not fuck around this time.
2 power sources remaining. One power source remaining.
Get back up so I can knock you back down. See where the newbies growing. Where are they going?
I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
Throw your goddamn tantrum, dude.
All power sources activated. Powering
You think I don't know how to fuck you up?
Boom. I know your ass felt that. Say it.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
Aw, that's not the line. Oh, you're all goopy, sweetheart. If you didn't have the vaccine, you would be so infected right now. Also, Jesus Christ, you burned a hole through the wall, Jill. And that's everything. Jesus fucking Christ, that gun. Oh, I guess that's not the way I'm going. Well, where am I going then? Tell you one thing, this version of Nemesis is a damn sight cooler than the helpless blob that occasionally horked acid at you in the other one. Where's my fucking door? I see it. Never mind. I see my exit now. Shit. That final boss fight was much better than the original one. Basically, he was a blob that couldn't really do much to you. He could hork at you, and you just pushed the things in, kind of like that, but you fired the railgun, and eventually he'd just go in the corner. If you did enough damage to him, he'd just kind of go in the corner and wait to die, you know? It was kind of pathetic, really. And then Jill would grab a magnum and go, "You want stars? I'll give you stars," and just empty it in him, and that's the end cutscene. Or that's the end of him, rather. And then you had to run a little bit further before the missile got to you. And... Okay, then.
You're not going to stop.
Yeah, I am.
Promised you this, didn't I?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No, don't care. My client ordered me to reduce Umbrella to rub.
10 minutes.
Oh, great. They're gonna hook him up as fucking Wesker, aren't they?
And that is my cue. Goodbye, Miss Valentine. Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
Nice one, Carlos. See, unlike the Carlos from Nemesis, this Carlos looks like he'll whoop the shit out of you.
Jill! Shoot him!
I can't! I'll hit you!
Do it! You have to! There's no other way. Take the shot! She won't do.
Carlos!
Hey, I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel.
She won't do it. Boom! That was beautifully timed.
What about him?
I said we leave him here.
Why'd you do it?
Money. It's really just that simple. It's always been that
Price
simple.
tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Who are you working for?
Wesker.
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever you want.
There's not a price tag for that.
You're a fool. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
Sure we will.
I don't mind a little detective work.
Yeah, I figured as much. And I that was the spoiler, by the way, that Nikolai destroys the vaccine, which I figured would be the case. That was kind of one of his missions in the first game. And, again, canonically, Raccoon City gets nuked.
Jill, you alright?
There he is.
Don't look directly at the blast. And that's why. Keep it steady, Carlos.
It's finally over.
You know, Resident Evil 3 was one of the first games with severe replayability because it had 8 special epilogues every time you beat the game on normal mode.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
So that was a hell of a game. I don't know why I've heard so many people say they didn't like this. By so many, I think like 3 different people said, or at least descriptions of things hinted that they didn't like this game. My only assumption is that they were big fans of Resident Evil 7. And Resident Evil 7 was so many things that Resident Evil as a series isn't. And this game is so many things that Resident Evil as a series is, that the clash just didn't work for them. You know, it's kind of like how, and this isn't true in all cases, I've noticed that you can tell when a person started playing Final Fantasy by whether or not they like 7. Because I started off hating 7, then I played it and I liked it for a while, and then I got re-exposed to the old games and realized how much better they were. And so yeah, I just, this is really everything I would want out of a Raccoon City or Resident Evil 3 Nemesis game. They did cut out of a lot of the cheesy dialogue for Carlos. Carlos was in fact changed completely. He is not recognizable as the same character. Which really gives me hope for a Code Veronica remake. Because Carlos was a good character before, and he's still a good character, but he's a different character. Which means maybe they can take Steve in Code Veronica and make him a good character. It's anyone's guess, really. But Nikolai was just as evil, but with more personality now. Mikhail was really cool. Although in this game, there was the edge that he knows who Jill is. He also knows what side he is on, and the fact that the two of them aren't friends, but they're comrades. And he went out in just as awesome a way. So that's a lot of fun. Nemesis oh my god, I was so worried about how they would handle him, because we just had Resident Evil 2's remake, which, by the way, spurred the creation of this. The success of that game enabled this game's existence. And without it, we wouldn't have this. So... anyway, I was worried because I've never been silent about the fact that I don't like how Mr. X was handled in Resident Evil 2, how he was just this constant fucking presence that wouldn't leave you alone. Like, it was only in my Claire A game, when I had the unlimited pistol, that I was finally able to get a fucking breather off his ass. Because I was able to save all my grenade rounds and shit until he showed up, and buy a couple minutes of free time from him. And I actually gave him the slip at one point afterwards. But he won't leave you alone. It's like, I can buy maybe a minute of peace from him, and then he's right up my ass again, and then it's just run. And it takes a lot of the joy of the game out of me when I'm in constant fight or flight mode. That's a thing that should be on, and then switch off and give you a time to recharge and get a feeling of security, so that he can show up and smash it again, which is what he did in the original. Where Mr. X would show up, and yeah, you could run from him, but you could also fight him. And then he'd show up again, and usually in a place where you either had to take a hit from him or you had to fight him. So I'm worried, oh god, Nemesis actually did hunt you like that in the original. If you watch, I think the group was called Do It To It that did this. I haven't watched them in years, but they did, I think, a blind run of this game. Well, not this game, obviously, this was like 10 years ago. They did a blind run of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on hard mode, and they never fought Nemesis. They just ran from him all the time. And because of that, it turns out he will chase you almost to the point where he'll encounter you next. So they'd lose him for all of 2 minutes and then run right back into him again. It was just a constant, never-ending presence in their playthrough. But in a good way, because there were places you were safe from him. You know, because he would just stop chasing you sometimes. And I was worried they were going to take that tenacity from the first game, combine it with Mr. X in the remake, and make just this thing that you could never escape. And thankfully that wasn't the case. What is the case is that he is dangerous, he's powerful, and when he shows up, shit gets real. But he's also very sparingly used. He pops up a lot, but you also spend a lot of the game not dealing with him directly. And that's awesome. And unlike unlike Resident Evil, oh god, they're both 7s, aren't they? God, I hate the 7s in both of those series, don't I? Well, shit, that doesn't give me much hope for Resident Evil 8. But anyway, in Resident Evil 7, it's just boss fight, and then you'd run into a couple enemies and then more boss fight. And this game's like, no, we're going to give you... most of Nemesis encounters are going to be boss fights, but we're going to throw in plenty of normal enemies as well. And they did. And the ammo in this game was so well spaced. I didn't need all the gunpowder ammo that I made at the end. I did it because I didn't want to fucking hit the credits with all that gunpowder in my box, which is what would have happened. But it did make it easier, but at no point was I really broke on ammo. It's never like, oh my god, I have no ammo, because I get more. This game is absurdly well balanced. The characters are well done. Nemesis was done perfectly. I wish there'd been a couple more non-boss encounters with him, but really, he was well done. He was so well done. And this game ran me about 6 or 7 hours, 8 videos to be fair. That's actually pretty good for a blind run. I didn't die that many times. Almost all of my deaths were to Nemesis. A couple of my deaths were to bullshit. I like a lot of the redesigns. The Nemesis zombies are kind of interesting. That's something new to the lore. Bringing back the Pale Heads was really unexpected, but in a good way. I like the gammas. I wish they'd been introduced after the betas. The betas are really well done. It was cool seeing the liquor. The Cerberus were not used very much, but they were well used where they were used. And God, they were ferocious. And of course, the zombies I'm always happy to see. Is there anything you can extract out of that? Even a drop left? Ugh, C rank. Well, I'll do better in the future. 8 hours. Oh, okay. Playtime 8 hours. Clear time 5:30. So yeah, a lot of that was that all that cutscene, or did it count times when I just left it on to do other stuff? It probably did that. Did I get anything? I don't know if I got anything. Oh, okay. Ah, the shop. Ooh, the shop. Interesting. Where's the shop at? Bonuses? Yes, the shop. Okay. Ooh, I can get that. I love that. Recovery card. Oh my god, yes. Iron defense, nice. Nice, but not necessary. Very nice. Ooh, I could start with the lockpick and the bolt cutters. Nice. Ooh, the hot dogger, huh? The Raiden. Ooh. Oh, there's some goodies here. I'm gonna do a quick look up here and see if there's any other side stuff like unlockables. Man, I botched the shit out of that work, didn't I? I fucking went dyslexia on the I and the D. I put an extra N in raccoon. Let's take a look here. Spec Ops, huh? Oh, those are the PC. Well, it might not. The fuck? Is the Spec Ops thing a thing? I'm definitely going to be playing this off screen as well. This is a lot of fun. I'll be playing this off screen for a very different reason than I played 7 off screen. Man, getting those 2 hit pouches would be nice. Starting with the lockpicks would be great. Bolt cutters would be good. That would give me a shotgun right off the bat. More bullets. Stronger attacks. Free heals would be great. I want to see... Actually, let me check something here. I don't know why this didn't occur to me first. Once upon a time, I lived on this page. Let's check out what GameFAQs says. And once upon a time, that used to be my homepage where I'd log on to the internet, and this would just be my open page. Now it's YouTube because I spend a lot of time on there. Let's see. This one. Okay, so getting all the bobbleheads doesn't really matter. It's just extra points. That's what it was. I think you would get extra points from the demo if you got them all as well. Okay, that makes sense. What's this? Wow, I'm looking at a thing about how, oh, they should be embarrassed by this game, and this is embarrassing. I'm like, no. Lazy half-ass excuse of the game. No. This was really good. Yeah, I need to laugh at that. Okay. Doesn't look like there are other things. It looks like this is basically what I get. Like, the most shit I get. So, no biggie. I'm just gonna play off screen, get a bunch of stuff, and, honestly, I don't think this warrants another playthrough. I mean, another recorded playthrough. I think we can actually end it here. Because it looks like... it doesn't look like there's a bunch of DLC for it yet. If there is at any point, I will come back and do it. I'm not seeing, like, a mercenaries mode. I'm not seeing... Hey, Brad. I'm not seeing a, any kind of DLC, no mercenaries mode, no secret stuff. I pretty much got everything the first time through. Ooh. So, there really isn't anything to justify more record time. There's a lot to justify more playtime, but not more record time. I'm not going to turn this into 2, where I have to beat the game twice and do everything. I'm sure as fuck not going to turn this into 7, where I never stop playing the damn game. There will be another video after this where I go over what I did and did not like about this game, but we're done. Thank you for joining me, and I really hope you enjoyed this half as much as I did, because if so, you're going to have a blast. Bye-bye, everybody.